other business. If you cook, I mean, entrepreneurship is the way to go. And not only that, we are working on, as we talk about village, we're working on supporting everyone in the community, right? And supporting our own. And unfortunately, sometimes that's a struggle, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to do some pro cons. I'm going live, but you can check us out on radioonfire.com on Facebook, and you'll see us going live. Please share the video. So again, I'm just going to have you all just kind of introduce yourself, whatever you want to talk about, to introduce your business. You can talk about that, and then we're going to go into dialogue. So I'll have Michelle do it first, and show your love.
Thank you again for having me.
You're welcome, honey.
So like Angie said, I have a startup called Show Your Love. I've been doing that since the beginning of 2016. And basically what I do is I create and host events that are centered around Black-owned businesses. So the idea being that I feel like most people want to support Black-owned, they just may not have knowledge of where the Black-owned businesses are, or they might feel like it's not accessible. So my job, I feel like, is to let people know where the Black-owned businesses are and what they're doing. I feel like people may not give to a charity, they may not go to a march, but they'll go to things like they'll do a bar crawl, or they'll go shopping. So what I do is events of things that people are already going to do socially, just around the Black-owned business.
Okay. Will you have like a list of, or do you have it already? Like a list of businesses?
Events. Everybody asks me if I have a directory.
Yeah, I have a directory.
And so that's not really what I'm trying to do. Like, I guess what my thing is, like, I find businesses that I choose to highlight.
Okay.
But I don't necessarily have like a running list.
Okay.
But and I don't know if we're going to talk about this now, but one of the things. Okay, so one of the initiatives that I'm working on right now is I want Baltimore to come out strong and buy Black for the holidays. So this is one thing I'm pushing right now. So I'm calling it Baltimore Buys Black.
Okay. I saw that.
Yeah, so we're having an interest meeting Thursday at I got here in my notes. We're having an interest meeting at 512 Orchard Street. That's on Thursday from 7 to 8. The Baltimore Urban League is letting us use their space. And they're a really good resource too for people who have their own businesses. So with that said, once we get that going, I am going to be plugging a list of Black-owned businesses for people to support for the holidays. But I don't have like a directory. Rank Tribe, I believe, is one place people can look for Black-owned businesses in like the DMV area, but that's not like my thing.
Right.
Is to keep a list.
Right. So I'm gonna like kind of piggyback. This is like I said, today has been but so we have I don't know if you all have seen the website, rtvproject.org. We want that to be a collective effort,
Okay.
So if it's something that you want us to even have a tag for those businesses, we can do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be like hard on you. You just give us the information. We'll add it if that is an option you would like. And we can go to your page.
Quick question. What was the time for the interest meeting?
It's Thursday from 7 to 8 at 512 Orchard Street.
We have an awesome producer. He's going to have all that information at the end of this. Okay, so Jamal.
Yes, my name is Jamal Bethia, and as Andrew said, I am a jack of all trades. But I do have a business. The name of the business is Rex and Regina. It's a clothing line. Rex and Regina stands for King and Queen in Latin. So the whole idea of the clothing line is positive sayings, wearing positive things on your chest. Companies who brand themselves, they say what they say, and no one really knows. Sometimes they don't care. They just wear it because it's branding. But what about something positive? What about something to build yourself up? You know what I mean? Yes. So having clothing, things that say, my faith is bigger than their hate. You know what I mean? I have a Team Natural t-shirt for women. I just believe in positivity and really building ourselves up. Our Black is beautiful. Why not have something that really is empowering, not just clothing?
Absolutely.
That's pretty much the long and short of it.
But you said that you're a jack of all trades. What else do you do?
Well,
we're here for that.
Right.
And because then even others may want to know how to do the other avenues.
Right.
That I was,
Right. I appreciate it.
We're doing a plug too.
Right, appreciate the plug. I actually do music as well. I'm a rapper and producer. Yeah.
and have been doing it for a while. I've been knowing you actually might be 15 years. I don't know.
It's been a long
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a very long time.
Okay, so what do you believe are some, well, I think we know it, but what do you think are some pros to supporting Black-owned businesses and encouragement to us as people? You know, what do you think are the pros on that? I think more for me, I would see inspiring and uplifting our community.
Mm-hmm.
If you wear it as something positive, I think it will make your mentality will show,
Right.
and make you feel that
Exactly.
way. Things you see and hear, the music.
Right.
His music is inspiring. Like I was listening to one, I quoted something off of there. Like, yeah, like the music. When you support someone, like all of that, I believe is like uplifting. What are your pros with that?
So for me personally, and I think all of us have heard about Black Wall Street,
Mm-hmm.
but I think about when you think about the fact that we had a thriving African American community in the 1920s. This was one generation removed from slavery,
Yep.
and and all these businesses that they had, we actually had more Black people owning businesses prior to integration.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think, me personally, I think that the strength in any community is in how much you can keep that dollar circulating within your own community.
Exactly.
So my personal vision is if I can get people to continue to come and support Black-owned businesses and strengthen those Black-owned businesses in Baltimore, then they can hire more people. And then maybe we can start setting up scholarship funds. Getting these businesses who are strengthened to then come back and support the community, because we're gonna spend the money. You're
Yes.
gonna buy clothes. You're gonna,
Yes.
you're gonna go out.
Yeah.
So just let's keep it in our community and see what we can do. As far as building up our communities, supporting our young people, stuff like that. So to me personally, I feel like the sky is the limit. I think that unfortunately, as Black people, we've had a lot of negative things done to us mentally because of slavery. Even after slavery, sharecropping. Really, Black people, we didn't really get free till 1965. If you really want to be real about it, So I think that we have a lot of work to do to start thinking about supporting Black as a positive thing. Black-owned businesses are good businesses that we should be supporting.
I think even keeping it in the community. Unfortunately, what we see is a lot of Korean stores, and I'm going to even go further. And when I see some of the young guys go into the stores, they say, "Hey, Ma," because she's feeding them. But is she feeding them the right thing? One, is that the person who looks like them too? So I think, going to someone that you can see just like you, it's inspiring to know I can do the same thing.
Yeah.
But we can go like so far with that. But I definitely, like I said, to see people of our color like us, to know that, hey, we got a restaurant, I could do it. I'm a Black producer that's allowing this opportunity. And we have a few stores up and down here, but we got to change that mentality of it.
Yeah.
I also just look at like some of the abandoned buildings. There's more than enough to own your business.
Absolutely.
And then you want to talk about just just getting started with like entrepreneurship.
Well, to be honest, getting started with entrepreneurship, the first thing is research.
Mm-hmm.
You have to research your industry. That's the first thing. Know what kind of business you want to start, because there are different kinds.
Mm-hmm.
Know what the best setup for you is. Mine is an LLC at the moment. But you have to do your research. Whatever you do, you gotta research it. Who out there is like what I'm doing? Who out there isn't like what I'm doing? What will be my niche? What's my power lane? How will I be different? You know what I'm saying? Why will I be necessary? What am I going to provide? What are people going to get out of this? Or am I just somebody else writing Nike across the front of my shirt?
Right.
and stylized and tailored letters from Microsoft Word.
Right.
You know what I mean? So to me, the big thing, I'm heavy on research in general.
Mm-hmm.
My sister calls me a researcher.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just kind of researching it. Somebody says one word and I can just talk for hours. So that I would say research has to always be the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Defining what your business will mean. You know what I'm saying? What is this going to mean to people? Why are they going to want to keep coming back? Why are they going to purchase these items?
Mm-hmm.
Am I giving them a sense of value? Those kinds of things. And I could say a whole list of other things. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, this is kind of going to go so many ways.
Yeah, but just to touch
research,
on
yes.
keeping it in the community, we need to get a sense of pride back.
Yes.
You know, we have been taken so far away from that. And it was funny, you were talking about integration. Me and my sister always say desegregation was probably the worst thing that happened to us. 600 black businesses in 1920. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Other countries were ready to do business with us, black folk. Like you said, one generation away from slavery. So at the end of the day, I like that.
Look, I was like, wait a minute. Got some new stuff going on.
I watch a lot of battle rap. They do that. So I just spit bars. Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I just think a sense of pride, you know, and we're so used to exporting our talents, our love, so many different things. And at the end of the day, it drops the self-worth of us. Let's go to this restaurant. It's black owned. And I'm tired of dealing with black folks. They're trifling and this to that. That's business to a degree. Every business is going to have their, you know, faulty areas, but you'll sit in the white restaurant and just be cool with it. You know, but because the perception is black businesses are trifling, the moment you walk in, you're giving them 2 seconds to do you right. And if they don't, you back out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we have quite a few things we have to really change. And it starts with loving ourselves. It starts with community. You know, there are things we put before community. You know what I'm saying? I always say as black people, we've been duped into fighting over gay rights, straight rights, religion, this, that, and the other. But you're black first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So why are we putting all of these other things in front of that instead of saying, you know what, we're black first. All these other things are preference, and we're allowed to. You know, that's our prerogative. This needs to be first. If we're going to go forward, you know what I mean? We have to do this first. So
we actually have a caller.
Oh, nice.
All right. Hello, caller. This is Angie.
Hey, Angie, baby, this Hobo.
Hey, Hobo. How are you?
I'm good. Just wanted to call in on the conversation y'all having today right now, and I was my thing is with it. We as black people, we don't support us enough, but the ones that's actually in position, they don't support us once we support them.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's my problem. Like, where's your ties going? We jump on the oppressor, they ain't doing enough for us, but we need to get their product. So now we got a black man. I want to get his product. I want to spend the extra money with him because I know how hard it is. I'll spend it. I don't have a problem with it. What are you doing in return after you get my money? I'm tired of giving Jordan my money.
Absolutely.
He did absolutely nothing for us. Nothing. So I got my campaign going on, the Coon Life, which uses his logo. Because we all the coons. We helped create a billionaire that's supposed to give back to the people, and he have yet to do that. So before we can start investing in black-owned businesses, the black-owned businesses need to understand that they need to be supporting that community, and what will they be doing to support that community. And that's all I want to say.
Oh, question for you real quick.
Yes, sir.
Do you hold the white businesses to the same standard that you just established that you want to set for the black business?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And real quick, now that you said that, like I said, I understand that I will be spending a few extra pennies with them. So I had went to there was a liquor store, trying to go get me a little beer, you know what I mean, relax time. And I was willing to pay the few extra pennies, but I was still coming up 5 cents short. And he turned my money back around to me. It was like he couldn't help me. And I was like, okay. But you're sending me across the street to the Koreans. Well, that's what you got to do. I don't have a problem with that. And that's what I did. I went over there. I had a better service. The beer was colder. It was 60 cents cheaper. And I had got a beer and a bag of chips, and then I went back and gave him a nickel. Just because one of us just may need it.
Yeah.
Brother.
Right. I definitely know that you support black businesses. So thank you, Hobo, for calling in.
Thank y'all. And keep doing what you're doing, baby. I love you.
All right, love you too.
I just wanted to piggyback off what the caller said. So I do agree that so part of what I want to be doing with supporting black-owned businesses is getting them, to eventually have some guidelines that Black-owned businesses also agree to. So, like if we continue to support you, then a percentage of your employees would be Black employees. And get them to buy back into supporting the community. And maybe if you're a smaller Black-owned business, you can't maybe you can only hire one person, or one person part-time, something like that. But I do agree with what the caller said, that if we are buying in and supporting Black-owned businesses, they then have to come back and support the community. It has to be a circular thing. I agree with that.
Yes.
I agree with that as well. And it's just funny because he was talking about Michael Jordan. I say that all the time. I'm like, Michael Jordan is probably what most would consider the best athlete, obviously best basketball player ever. What has he ever really done that's documented for the people that look like him? Not that, it's his money, his life, he can do what he wants. But
he has done things. Y'all being real hard on Jordan.
I am being hard.
I mean, yeah, he dates white girls. Okay. Yeah, he got a hoop in his ear, but he does a lot of things with kids, and he does things. But we don't always have to we don't always have to publicize every, the people that publicize charitable events or charitable actions. That comes off as disingenuous when they do that. You know what I mean? So he gotta have on his social media, he gotta bring a camera crew to say, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. You just do it. Jay-Z and Beyonce do a lot of things that they do not publicize.
That's true. Yeah. Sometimes it gets leaked.
Sometimes. But how many things don't just go?
You're right. But what about someone like Colin Kaepernick? Like, he doesn't publicize what he does, but we just see it, right? Like, he's not like, oh, guys, look at me going to Ghana, look at me doing this, but we can see, your life can be seen of what you're doing,
Right.
I'm going to have to be like Jamal and do my research because, like I said, not that it has to be publicly out there, but you can still know that someone's doing something. And I don't see it, but it doesn't mean it's not being done.
Right. I agree, though. Like, not everything has to be put on display and done. Jay-Z and Beyonce do a lot of things like that on purpose, kind of like, I'm not saying anything because they don't think it's just a publicity stunt. I look at 14 years of LeBron's career and how many injustices he's just spoke out on or worn a T-shirt or done this or done that. I've never seen that from Michael Jordan. So I'm not even talking about
different.
doing things.
They're different.
Because I also want to be careful with people. People have prerogatives, and maybe MJ just wasn't as vocal on that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, you see somebody like LeBron who has the platform that says, we're going to stop on the ESPYs, me and my 3 friends, and speak on what just happened to Alton Sterling. Those kinds of things. Where has Mike ever done anything like that?
Yeah, but we got to understand this, and I don't normally say anything, but
I know.
I
was
just,
like, whoa!
It's just that
this is new, but this is good. I said dialogue. Hey.
We have got to not create all of these barriers and all of these hoops that we got to jump through in order to support the Black business. We gotta, in order to be great, we have to first be good, and let's start the process, and then we can tweak some of these things along the way. Yeah, service is not always where it needs to be all the time, and yeah, they may get their items from a more expensive distributor, and they may have to charge a little bit more than the Asians do because maybe the Asians got a better connect, and maybe it is cold, and maybe their refrigerator was turned up higher. Like, it's all these, we can make all these excuses as to why not do it, but we still should do it and let's work it out. You know what I mean?
That's a part of the struggle. It's saying we right here, right now. We got some work to do. If we want to get here, we have to go ahead and
Let me say there is definitely. I wouldn't say with me, but like if I would go out, I'm hard on anyone. Like if it's not good, take it back. I don't care where. I don't care. Yeah. Don't take me anywhere.
You send the playback to the kitchen.
This is not the way it looked on there, and I don't care where I go.
You eating your food. Everybody else already ate, and you just getting your food.
I'm really bad. I'm really bad, and anyone who takes me out or go out with me, they know that, and I don't care where I go. But the point is, I was trying to make. See, he a little extra today.
He's funny.
Okay, I like it though. Okay, we have another caller. Hello, caller. This is Angie.
It's your boy Hobo again.
He's right.
Hold up. I had to come back because y'all was getting on this coon. No. And I gotta disagree with your producer. We cannot keep supporting these guys. You feel what I'm saying? He's making billions off of us and does absolutely nothing. No, he doesn't get no more passes. He doesn't play anymore. Okay? He gets no more passes. Same thing with Baltimore with Ray Lewis. He's a coon. He's talking out against us. We cannot help you anymore.
I agree with you there. I agree with you there.
We need to be done with these people. You was a great ball player. I love you for it. Bam. I heard him come out his mouth, and not to switch the subject, I heard Ray come out his mouth and said nobody is doing anything about 200 plus murders in Baltimore, which was a damn lie. Because we was going through this whole promotion with the ceasefire thing, and Angie, you did a great job with and everything that you came up with, and you're saying nobody's talking about this, nobody did it. When whole Baltimore is coming together, making a move on this. You're not doing anything because the way you're sitting at. Your nose is looking down on us. We sitting up here, we fighting, we struggling as you're living. When you're on somebody's vacation beach, got your feet up, sipping behind my mamas, we are down in these trenches, feeding our homeless off of minimum wage money. We don't ask nobody for anything. And Angie, you know how we get down now when we out there. Nobody asks. We don't ask nobody for money. We go and do it. They gotta stop getting passes. Stop supporting him. The sneakers is overpriced. Stop supporting them. Just stop it, people. We need some of that money to come back for our people. That's it. And that's all I want to say.
That's very true. I can actually attest to that. I can attest to that. You know, you're trying to find products and do this and do that. I have certain websites I'm going, like wholesaling websites, websites from overseas, people that sell things. I saw a pair of Jordans on there for like $26. Of course, without the logo. You slap the logo, it's $149 pair of shoes now. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's business, though.
No, I get that.
That's business.
No, I get it because the iPhone costs $250 to make, but they sell it to you for $849.
Yeah,
so I that's just
business. When I talk about iPhones, I get a migraine because
that's why I get all of them late. I have the 6. The 8 is on its way out. I'm like, I'm fine with the 6.
Yes.
It's a little bit slower, and it's fine.
I'm always late with it,
especially because they give you the same thing with tweaks anyway.
Yeah, and listen. My phone always is messing up right before the next one's coming.
Right, exactly.
You know.
Yes. Rattle it back.
I don't know if he's still looking, but thank you, Hobo, for calling in. Another one. Yes. Okay, another caller. Hello, caller. You on the line?
So is it my turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm calling because I'm listening to everything y'all saying, and a lot of stuff I do agree with, and a lot of stuff I do not agree with. I do, most certainly, I think it was Nikita that's on the feed. We're watching live on Facebook. So it was Nikita on the feed. Not Nikita. I'm sorry, Abby, who was saying that when there is an issue with the service that we receive at Black-owned businesses, one of the major problems that we had, and I've seen it. I'm all for Black-owned. A lot of people know that. But what we don't do is we don't go to the owner of the business because they are available. We don't go to the owner of the business. We go back and forth and argue with somebody that's just on front line instead of taking our complaint to where it should be. Because if we go to Walmart, we go to Target, if we go to these big box stores, when we are frustrated, the first thing we say is, let me speak to the manager. I'm calling corporate. Instead, we go back and forth with that front line. They don't care. They're not invested.
I definitely agree with that.
That's one thing. I think that we are a whole lot harder on Black-owned businesses than we are on other businesses. And one thing about Black-owned businesses is they are not located in convenient places. So a lot of people are looking for convenience. A lot of Black-owned businesses, although there are a few that are in Baltimore County, the majority of them are in Baltimore City. So those who actually have the ability to spend more money with a Black-owned business, they don't live close by, so it's not convenient for them. So we have to stop thinking about what's convenient for us in order for us to help Black-owned businesses grow. I could go on and on and on, okay? But
You're right.
I did want to just touch on that.
You are absolutely right. I didn't get your name. I'm sorry.
My name is Katie.
Hi, Katie. Thank you.
My name is Katie. Hi.
Thank you.
And let me just tell y'all one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm be watching y'all the whole entire time.
Please do.
But the other thing is that one thing as far as with Black-owned businesses is that we have got to be willing to educate ourselves. We jump into business, we don't get the education, like the young man said. Going into the research is so important, but they have a mentality. A lot of the older business owners have a mentality that, you know, they don't want to go to the conferences. They don't want to pick up a book. They just want to go off of feeling and what they think is, and they're not getting all of the information that they necessarily need. And I'm telling you this because I've been working with a few Black-owned businesses that are set on Pennsylvania Avenue. They have great business owners. They have great locations, the inside. They have great people who are working for them, and they are hiring Black people. The only thing is that it's the stigma of the neighborhood that's keeping people from going into that neighborhood. Like we ain't come from that neighborhood in the first place. Like we forgot.
Absolutely, yes. Right. Thank you, Katie, for calling in.
You're welcome.
And listen, if you have any businesses that you like to add, we're going to try to start that a directory.
Since I got a whole directory, I can send it over to you.
Right,
I ain't like over. That. I ain't got to hold on to it. It's yours.
All right. Thank you for calling in.
Okay.
Do you still have a call or not? Did it hang up? Okay. All right. Let me tell you,
touch the nerve.
Yeah, listen, this is awesome. I mean, all day I was sitting here like, I want feedback, I want dialogue. This is beautiful that everyone's calling in and tuning in.
Can I say something?
Oh, sure.
No, but it's just like she was saying. I think one of the issues is we have become convenience minded or help me out minded. I always say to people, you know, I don't think it's wrong to protest, but something has to follow the protest. You know, your actions have to be very thorough. You have to really understand what you're doing here. So I say to people, why did the Montgomery bus boycott work? Because my job is 10 miles away. I have to walk. My feet are going to hurt. My knees are going to hurt. My ankles are going to hurt. But I'm willing to do this so I don't ride your bus. So you understand I'm not okay with the way you're treating us.
Absolutely.
And at some point, those companies were like, you know what? Oh my God, y'all can just come back, say what you want. Just we losing too much money, so we have to be.
Wait a minute, we have another caller.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, caller. This is Angie.
Hi, Angie. This is Nikita Haysbert. How are you?
How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for talking about something that's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
You have a question? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't have a question. I just wanted to say that, of course, my family has owned Black-owned businesses since the 50s. Hey. And one of the things that I wanted to, I'm one of the owners, family-owned business of the Forum Caterers.
Yes.
Prior to that, we owned the Park Sausage Company, which used to be on Park Circle in Baltimore, Maryland, manufacturing organization. One thing that we have to remember is that the reason why the unemployment rate is so much higher in the Black community is because there are fewer Black-owned businesses. And Black people tend to hire Black people, just like other minorities or other other ethnicities tend to hire their own. So when you go into the store, you have to recognize that when you see whoever's behind that counter, that's whose families you are supporting. Yes. I have a lot of competitors. And it's so interesting to me that people will go to these other competitors and say, well, yes, I had my party at the such and such. I'm not going to mention any names. But then they will come back and say, oh, are you all hiring because my child or my son or my nephew needs a job? Yes. Well, you can't, you do your business someplace else. And you feed into that community. But then you expect the Black-owned business to hire your relatives when you can't get a job at the place where you are spending your money. Mm-hmm. Not too long ago, we had a person who used to be in well, they actually have a radio show now. I'm not going to mention their name either, but they were trying to hold a let's support a restaurant in Little Italy. Everybody bring your business down to keep this particular restaurant open. And I asked the question, who works there? You know, if the people are working there and generating income that takes care of a family, then, oh, great, let's support them. But if you look in there, you look in the dish room, you look in the kitchen, you look at the waitresses or the waiters, and they are not the same color as you are, then guess what? That's money that you are taking and sending right out of your community, and they're taking that money and they're helping their kids go to college, they're taking care of their mortgages, but that money is never fed back into the community.
So very true.
So we have to remember, whenever we are supporting businesses, whoever's standing behind the counter, whoever works there, that's whose family you are keeping off the street.
Yes. You made a great point. She has something, I forgot when it was, but that's when I met it, my love. And I told her that I wanted to be a part of the next networking. She had a networking event, and there weren't that many people, you know, our color, you know, of just being there just to support. So that key word is support one another.
Yeah.
You know, so thank you, Mr. Keita, for calling in, and I'm hoping that you call me so we can talk about next month.
Well, that's you know, it's going to be on Tuesday, the 19th of September. But the whole point is that Black businesses have to go out of their way to do business with Black people too.
Absolutely.
Because as much as we're trying to get a minority, certified minority, and do business with the city, the way that we're going to really make money is if all the Black businesses make an intentional effort to do business and find plumbers, find builders, find refrigeration people, whatever that happens to be, find locksmiths, find people to do business with. When you can send business to somebody else and make sure that they're staying in business, the first person they're going to think of when they need your service is you.
Absolutely. Thank you for calling in, Ms. Nikita.
Can you can she send the information that she was talking about for the 19th?
Yes.
I will.
Yes.
I will absolutely do it. Thank you, Angie.
Yes, you will.
Thank you.
We gotta talk.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. So I'm actually trying to partner up with that networking event. So we do have it September 19th. Restoring the Village, we're trying to partner up to make it bigger, trying to get it out there. It would be very beneficial for you guys to be there. To have a directory, even what she's just saying, like to have a plumber, to have a, you know, whatever. I always try to give back to someone that I know and they're certified. I'm not saying like, I mean, unless it's something good, but like when you do electrical, you want to make sure they're certified. Oh my God, Jesus! Okay, we're gonna have to hurry this one up. Okay, go ahead. Hello.
All right, listen. Am I on?
Yes. Hello. This is
All right,
Angie.
look, I called back. I'm sorry. This is the last time I'll call you back. This is something that Miss Nikita had just said that I just really had to piggyback on because I think it is so important. I think that Black-owned businesses, once they get into business, sometimes mind you, I have a Black-owned business, okay? But sometimes we get a little arrogant or we do get a little cocky or we say our rules are our rules and these are our rules and this is what it is. Yeah. But what I will tell you is this. I have an event. It's a ladies' night out. It's a shopping event. I moved my event from a white-owned establishment, white business, who charged me $3,000 some for 4 hours for my event. I moved it to a Black-owned establishment who charges me far less and gives me so much more and gives me so much wiggle room and gives me so much that, you know, it's to the point where I'm saying, Thank you. I appreciate everything that you do for me. And I've gotten them business over and over again. But there are a lot of times where Black-owned businesses have no wiggle room. And truthfully, everything is up for negotiation, but they don't know the art of negotiation, and they don't know how to set certain things straight where they can say, okay, I understand that this has to be paid for, but we can barter on this. Yes. We have problems in that area. I'm done. I just wanted to drop that in there.
That's okay. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
You still have three? Okay. Okay. So this is odd. So it must be a great topic. We might have to do a part 2.
Absolutely.
Did you have any piggyback off of that, or? I'm trying to take the callers. Okay.
I mean, I want to find out more about this September 19th.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. Wow. Okay. Let me bring that down. I'm telling you, this is really good that you're engaging. It means it's very important. Again, if anyone wants to even have a business on our website, it's rtvproject.org. We want it to be more like a one-stop shop. We want like a Yellow Pages. We want it to be one. It doesn't mean that it obsoletes your business, but it just means that we want it to be a local area where everybody goes. And a lot of times, if you look on there, you'll see our partners. Our partners are on there, and it goes right to their website. So this is good. Okay, so we have a caller. Hello, Coach K. This is Angie.
Hey, what's up, Angie? I'm listening in to everything everybody's saying. You know, I tip my hat to everybody for their for their statements. And just to piggyback off what you were just saying, like even during our Black Wall Streets, we knew it was Black-owned businesses because we owned the communities. We have to get back to owning our own communities. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. At the same time, I'm a Black business owner, but I don't want to be known as a Black business. I want my work to say what I'm doing is for the community, and for the consumer and the customers. I want my body of work to speak for myself. Even though I know I am a Black business owner, I want my work to tell my story. When you go to Towson, they don't have a sign that says white business. There's a store that you may like going into. We have to get back to the same thing and go back to what I was just saying. That we have to own our neighborhoods and our community. That way, it's a Black business. We had 3 Black Wall Streets: Tulsa, Oklahoma, Durham, North Carolina, and Jacksonwood, VA. We knew those areas because we owned the land at that time. We have to do the same thing here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We have to have our mainstream avenues. We have to have our Pennsylvania avenues back. We have to have our Old Town malls back, our Greenmount avenues back. Once we own our land, our property, then it's more recognizable saying that's a Black community of business owners. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I just want to call in and just give my 2 cents.
You actually made a great point about owning our own property, our land, our community. That's where it will, when you emphasize that. So thank you for calling in, Coach Kev.
I appreciate it.
And look, I'm going to, can you just let everybody know what your organization is? I just love the acronym of it. What's the name of your organization?
I'm Coach Kev Team We.
And what does it stand for?
Team We stands for Together Everyone Achieves More. We Youth Expo is a program that I run for arts and crafts and fitness from the ages 5 to 18. We building on everyday learning, you arts and crafts, and we also have done all the Black Wall Streets. We teach kids how to balance a checkbook, write a check, how to business plan at an early age. We do meet and greet skills, or etiquette skills, typing skills, everything it would take for them to build an empire.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have to do together is build up. So, we still making some gumbo and be adding all the ingredients so it can taste real good.
Thank you, Coach Kev. So
I appreciate it.
When he came on the show, he was saying we're gonna make some gumbo. So you all are part of this. Whatever goes in the gumbo, y'all gotta put y'all ingredients. I love the fact that it was together everyone achieves more.
Right.
awesome. He was actually our community spotlight. Doing great things. He's taken a community, the Hearn Run, and he's, like he just said, all the things he's doing, and there's so much more. Like if you go to his website, you'll see. But he's taken a community and just a rec center and just actually just fed into that community. And there are so many others, but my point is you took that and now you're engaging with the community, with the families, with the children, and going so forth. And I think that's very, it's very important because even with me, I'm over at Mervo, and you would think I was teaching there. But I'm over at Mervo, and I offer workshops. I offer, like, whatever it could be. Even if I don't know it, just bring someone in that looks like them. It's not like a prejudice thing, but to actually know that, hey, you're a plumber. That's what I'm trying to be. Because right now, the people that they see are the ones on the corner.
Right.
So we gotta, and you were talking about just the research and also that mindset. It has to be changed, but how do you change it when you've already been in, we've been struggling.
Yeah.
And it's like passed on. So someone who was already struggling, they pass it down to that generation.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's seeing the people on the corner, seeing the people on television,
yeah,
and not seeing anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes barely seeing people in the house.
Yeah.
And it creates a culture where you aspire to be these people, because all of us are influential people. We all need acceptance. We all need love. We all need guidance. These are things that as humans, we innately find. And the problem is where you find them at sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So along with owning land and owning, property, we also need to own radio stations, TV stations, because if you can, if you can perpetuate this myth through just putting negative images out there that black people are dangerous, then you know what I mean? There was a point in time where Tulsa Mall was more dangerous than Mondawmin, but it wasn't something they would put on the news.
Absolutely.
Because we know that Tulsa is predominantly white. You know what I'm saying? But when you can either pay to keep certain things out of the media or pay to perpetuate certain things in the media, at the end of the day, it creates a picture. There's a guy who goes to my church. He has a foreign exchange student. She's Chinese. First of all, he says she reads 12 hours a day. American kids read for an hour, we play. She was in her room 10, 12 hours a day reading and studying. That's right, but that's another thing. She was on FaceTime with her parents, and the father didn't even want her to be in the house with a black man because they view us as dangerous, but that's the only way she could get over here. And when I heard that, I just was like, that's crazy, but that's because they're able to perpetuate this myth through media.
Through media.
So, when you don't own media or anything, they can pump what they want out there. Right. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about Charlottesville, Virginia, what just happened. And they were saying some of the images were wrong. Donald Trump said it was violence on both sides. And they were saying it wasn't violence on both sides, but just because what the media was able to show. So, it's so many things we have to really own. Yes. We need to own, food.
It's healthy.
We need to own food markets. We need to own farms. We need to own media, not just churches. Not so it's a lot we really have to get back to.
Absolutely. Now, you made a lot of great points, but one of the things I appreciate, even with Diamond K, him allowing this, he said that with Restoring the Village, I said you won't hear any negativity. I want it to be all like good news. And it doesn't mean everything's peachy in my life or that everything's peachy going on, but it means that we see enough negativity. Let the news, like when you turn on channel 45 news for about 10 minutes, breaking news, this person died. But come on now, you just heard several people just called in that's doing great things, but you won't see it because we don't have control of that media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you made a great point with that. You have some. Oh.
It's just a shame. You know what I mean? It's like you said.
Look, I go live sometime, and I'm like, oh, here goes Sean Good in the hood. Next thing you know, I'm cut off.
Really?
So it makes you want to think. I'm not saying that's the case, but it makes you want to think like, why don't you want to show that, or why is there an issue? But if someone's hurt, shot, stabbed, it goes viral. But that's supposed to be off. You know,
it's,
but music turns it off. You know,
it's because of control.
Oh yeah,
Somebody understands chemically how the brain works. So if we pump these images, they have a chance of becoming that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Becoming it, and then also having a fear, like a lot of that PTSD. You know, because that's all you're seeing. Yeah. I did a grief support group, and I think she was about 8 to 10 at the most. And she was just saying, we were talking about grief, and she basically was saying she's sad. And of course, the inner therapist, I don't have a degree, but
you're a therapist, though, right?
Yes.
Right.
So the inner therapist in training came out of me, and of course, I'm trying to get it out. And she was just saying, you know, when she see the teddy bears and the bottles of, you know, the empty bottles. And I said, well, did you lose someone? Did someone die that you knew there? And it was like, no, it's just because I know someone died, you know? And that's just 8 to 10 years old. I mean, I have a whole book of saying what they, you know, saw. But what my point is, if you keep seeing that, it doesn't matter if you know the person at all. You just know that someone died. And come on, we can go in certain areas and that's all you see.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. I'm 30, well, I'm 31, but being 31 years old, you divide. I am, but you divide that by 2, which is roughly 15. That's how many friends I've lost. And I grew up in the county. You know what I mean? When you really think about that, having lost 15 people in your life, family, close friends, friends in your school, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
To witness in a pretty much good neighborhood. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Nothing yet? Okay, she said no.
She said I'm incubating.
Wow, we got Michelle quiet over here. Now, I guess we're gonna talk. Can we talk about your what was it called again?
Yes. Yeah. So, like I was saying, the interest meeting on Thursday. So, what I'm doing, I'm very much inspired by Erica Bridgeford and, you know, what she did with the Baltimore ceasefire. What I'm thinking is, I'm only one person. I can only influence so many people to buy black. So I'm trying to, like, basically build a Baltimore Buys Black army. And people, you know, I want people to come out to the meeting, get inspired, get excited, offer ideas for how we can reach more people. So I just want to spread the message and get, you know, I'm like, even if 10% of people in Baltimore buy at one black-owned store for the holidays, can you guys imagine, like, how that could literally affect our community? Like, it doesn't even take that much, you know? So yes, that's the idea. Like, I want it to be like a, you know, like a social media campaign. I want everybody to know that this is what we're doing. We're buying black this holiday season in Baltimore. So I have that one. Do you want me to plug the rest of my things now? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, sure. So like I said, I do events that support black-owned businesses. So I do a day party at Sangria. That's 930 Charles Street. We've been doing that the last 2 months. So we have another one coming up September the 16th from 5 to 9. So we're going to the theme of this one is actually a beard party. So dudes with beards are getting in free.
Ooh, beard. Yeah. All right. I like beards.
So you
Wait a minute. I see your beard. Beard's getting free.
Beard's getting free.
Wow. That is the best.
You know, the ladies is $5.
Oh.
It's only $5.
It's usually the other way around.
I know, right? I know, right?
So that's Saturday, September the 16th. So that should be a good time. And then, so what I'm going to be doing is for the holidays. Not only am I, you know, encouraging people to buy black, we're also going to be having a pop up and probably a shop and crawl. So if you guys follow Show Your Love, which is LUV on Facebook, you know, you can keep up with what we're doing. And then in February...
And also go to RTV Project because she's listed as one of our partners / supporters. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I had to do my plug too. Please go to the website.
Yep, I'm definitely one of the partners. And then in February, I'm partnering with a young lady called... her name is Morgan Davis, and she has a nonprofit in DC. She supports black artists in DC. So she and I are collaborating in February. We're going to have lots of exciting events, including a party for Black Panther, around the theater. So we're gonna have a huge pop up in DC. So like I said, all that information will be on Show Your Love's page on Facebook. Again, love is LUV. So just please follow along and come out to the events. It's always a good time. Really cool people.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, supporting Black-owned businesses. And I just want to say also, like, not only are my events at Black-owned businesses, but like anything that I need done for that event is done by a Black-owned person. So like if I have a sign made or food or anything like that, so you're not just supporting that business, but any other thing else that supports that event.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And then I'm going to let you do your plug. And I also I don't know if you're going to say it or not, but I want you to talk about your new song. What is it, album?
Well, no, the album isn't out yet. Just a single.
Okay.
Just a single was released. So basically, Rex and Regina, the website is rexreginaclothing.com. Please go in there, shop. We have men, we have women, we have children. And just like I said, it's just positive things. You know what I mean? I'm really excited. We've been in business since April 2016.
Okay.
We had a launch party back in January, which is really awesome. Right now we have T-shirts and long sleeve shirts, but we do have hoodies coming and some other things, some accessories as well. But please show some support. You know, I see a lot of you guys on here watching this video as we speak. RexReginaClothing.com. No aim. Yeah, I just saw that love symbol across the screen. I need y'all to.
I'm looking at him like, what is he looking? Oh, I see.
You see it. Yeah, you see it.
I'm looking at him like,
I see it. They liking the way.
So listen. You got to make sure that just remind me. I think I had it, but remind me of the website so I can add it onto our website.
Rex. No, I'm just playing.
No,
my
playing. Baby's going to school Thursday, so I don't know anything.
I feel you, but I'm on Facebook, Linwood Jamal Bethia. You know, Facebook makes you put your government out there. I'm on Facebook as Linwood Jamal Bethia. I have a song named Respect. That is my single. I just dropped it, as Ivy just put the link.
That's right, girlfriend.
So the song Respect just dropped last week, I want to say. And, you know, it's just an audio video, just an image with the song playing. But it's at about 1,500 views. I'm trying to push it a little further. So,
yes.
Linwood Jamal Bethia on Facebook. Please find it. Watch the video. Well, it's just an audio. Listen to the song and share it. Yeah. That's my single. The album is going to be called Priority, which the purpose is always put your craft first, priority. That'll be coming out soon. Hopefully I'll get invited back to spit some bars one day.
That's right.
You know what I mean, on the mic.
Diamond K will love that. So look, last week I had 13-year-old Amaya. She was singing. Did y'all see the video?
I did not.
Oh yeah. So she sung on here and he put it all on Instagram. So yeah, definitely a plug once you get, everything together. So yes, give me your information so I can go onto the website. Again, I had someone say, what's what is it like? Do you have to pay for something? Like, it's just too good to be true. No, just put your information on the website. Wow. My blessing comes from and I always say there's no cost for it. However, we do ask for if you want it to continue, for the radio shows and for us to continue to be a blessing, you can donate to Restoring the Village. That's your business of what you donate, but there's no cost of trying to better and help our community. That's just my gist. I don't get paid to do this. But just to see people come on and be able to even have a platform is something that, that I would like to see, and to even see when you see this, make sure y'all continue to just share it, so you can keep looking at it. But let people know that we do have a media that we are using to uplift our community. And there are many others, but there's our RTV project. And it's all about lifting up one another. I know for me, sometimes I go back to it and I just look at it and be like, wow. Or even the comments, I get a lot of messages, and and it goes back to what we said. You wear the T-shirt or you look at something positive, you're gonna think positive. Yep. And sometimes I sit there, and even if I'm like, I had a really busy day, I said, look, today was rough, but when I leave and I see the comments, because sometimes it's hard for me to look at it right now, I might look at direct messages and I'm just like, wow, yes, keep going. So it's all about, if you see it, if you support it, right, you'll want to do more.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna do my research. Look, when I think it was when we were trying to figure out an acronym for RTV or something, right? He gave me the whole thing. Get down for it, but it's good to ask others for help.
Yeah, absolutely.
And to actually take it. Don't think you know everything. There are some people that even say, "Hey, if you do this, you get more likes." Oh, for real? You know, like
Absolutely.
It's all about helping each other. So this was a great show. Actually, about a few more minutes, but this was actually a wonderful and great show. I think we received so many calls today, which was awesome. And we must have to probably do a part 2 or have a forum or something or a workshop. I'm definitely going to put the information out for September 19th with Mr. Keita over at the forum, because I think it was very important to even network, to find out about other businesses out there that's Black owned, that are thriving. I guess the part of today is just say, let's not be so hard on one another.
Right, exactly.
It goes back to a learning process. And just kind of be patient, because we have a lot of things that make us who we are, should I say. You're fast to have an anger problem, but then you go somewhere else and it's like, no, forget it, but you're hard on your people. Yeah. And we got to get better with that. And I guess, I'm just trying to say, like, what else could I say off of that other than, I had a whole list at first. Like I said, all about just supporting one another, not being hard on one another. Here it was. So if someone on the caller said, go to the owner. This is why I wanted to get my. So go to the owner. Sometimes we're so quick to go on social media and blast a person for doing wrong. This is what I wanted to say.
Right.
We cannot do that, because we don't do that with Walmart. We don't do that. We don't want to go to corporate for Walmart. But then we're so quick if someone did something wrong, or something was long-winded, maybe the food came. We write on social media, don't support. This is why I don't support Black-owned businesses now.
Right. You know what we got to do? We have to wipe away the perceptions.
Oh, yes.
Because like I always have a joke I do, whereas though when you like somebody, they can say anything to you. I just burnt your house down. Oh, it's okay. We can fix it.
Yes.
But if you don't like them, hey, that's a nice shirt. Who asked you to like my shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Why you walking around liking shirts? Mm-hmm. Oh, like shirt like itself. That's why you get on my nerves now, because you walk around liking shirts. Yeah. Like when you don't like something, you automatically are looking for it to fail.
Yes.
So we really have to work on the perceptions of just saying, look, wipe the slate clean and just deal with it for what it is. Because people go into it saying, this dry clean is the only one in my neighborhood. I know they're going to be trifling. Well, it may not even be like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think you have to really wipe away the perceptions and just start from scratch.
What are some bad ones? Like always late or cold food or this? Like it's a list of things. When
you can tell that the person don't want to work there.
Yeah.
Like where I work at my parents' church, a gentleman came in to do some lighting work. And he's in there, and I understand his gripe, but he's like, man, I wasn't even supposed to work today. I'm supposed to be off today. You feel me? I'm not even feeling this right now. I'm sitting there like, that's really not my business. You're here to do work. Like, do your job. Man, I'm supposed to be off. Yeah. And, okay, I hope you're getting overtime.
Be thankful you have a job.
Be thankful you have a job. Like, exactly. Yeah. So that's,
Yeah. I think being a good example too, because even when you talk about that, or or you your reaction is that way, understand there's a child looking at you. Yep. Well, there's another person looking at you. You don't really go child, but with me, I'm always in school, and like when my daughter was in school, I can't go off on a teacher because one thing, I'm a PTA president, so the other mothers looking, So just know that, and not even that, the students, if they look at it and say, "Well, Miss Angie did it," no, Miss Angie had to go and ask for an appointment. Just kind of be a better example for it. So, yeah.
Real quick, and I'll piggyback off of that. Yeah. It's so funny you mentioned the children. It's so funny because I always say that kids need to see their parents be who they want to be. Mm-hmm. That's the best way to show your child they can be who they want to be. Mm-hmm. If you're working at this job you hate and you come home every day, your child picks up on that. Oh, yes. You know what I'm saying? Now, you said you don't get paid to do this, but you love it. That's what matters most.
I don't care how tired I am. I'll be ready for Tuesday.
So people need to be in purpose. Is what you got to be in purpose and showing your child that. Like,
if you
Let me
want
write this,
to
in
work at a
purpose.
9 to 5 and you love going there in the morning and you wake up with energy to go to that 9 to 5, that's the dream.
Absolutely.
If you wake up every day going to this 9 to 5, wondering why you exist on this earth because you got this job, then you need to do what you want. You need to do what
my
you're dreaming
coworker's
about.
now looking. Did y'all see my hand?
Oh,
no.
Right,
It's not me. It's not me.
Right.
Thank
That's
you.
the thing.
Yeah.
Be who you were designed to be and let that resonate.
Right.
You can't say you can be anything you want, baby, but you're not.
Sometimes people just want to have something underneath their belt, but the purpose is not there.
Exactly.
So it would never go too far.
Exactly.
Yeah. So thank you for my guest for today. I had Michelle Dewberry from Show Your Love and Jamal Bethia, who's an entrepreneur, the jack of all trades.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. As I stated before, if you want to donate to continue to have this media for you guys, you can go to our rtvproject.org. You can donate on there. We do have PayPal. We also have shirts. Sky's the limit. We have opportunities for you to come on to actually be one of our guests. We also want to have the opportunity to partner up with any events that are out there that's collaborating with any community efforts to better our community. So you can always just see Restoring the Village being a support in our community. Thank you all for tuning in. You can see us every Tuesday from 6 to 7. I am still looking for a co-host. I wanted to make this a fun event or a fun show. So I'm looking for a co-host to be silly. Yeah. I'm looking for.
I was gonna say, this is the first time I heard you say that.
I just wanted a co-host for a day, you know.
Oh, for a day.
I like to host myself.
I got it.
my first show, I was by myself, but it's all good. I love it, and I'm going in my purpose. I thought he was choking. Okay, so anyway, rtvproject.org. We'll see you all next Tuesday, I think. I'll talk to you. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Bye bye.